Welcome back to the Cool Fears channel. I'm your host, Just the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for all collectors and not children. And welcome to episode 34 of my in-depth behind-the-scenes toy photography video series here on the Cool Fears channel. If you do enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. In this video series, I will go in depth for a shot that I did for my Epic Shots by Cool Fears page. That's where I post my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics. I will go over my overall setup, my process, the lighting, the figures I used in the shot, and of course the idea behind the pic and the overall process. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into this week's episode, continuing with Mr. Wick right here. Yes, I am still riding that John Wick hype train. This was supposed to be last week's shot, but I did take the week off. So we're here now, and like I said the previous week before that, I have a few different John Wick shots in mind. I had one in my head, and when I went to look up a reference photo for it on the internet, obviously so many more popped up, and I actually ended up screenshotting a few so that I can kind of remake, redo, mimic them, but in figure form, and this was one of them. So the picture, I believe, was taken from John Wick Chapter 3, the screenshot, when he's fighting those guys with the knives in the museum, and one of them he's kind of dealing with, and the other one is coming in for that sidekick. I did add my own flair to it though, because technically in that shot John does not have a gun, but I decided to go ahead and hand him a gun here, so that way he can be dealing and handling with the guy in front of him, while also he can be dealing and handling with the guy coming in for that sidekick. Because we know John Wick is always prepared and ready for these, little sneaky attacks and whatnot. And as you can see, he's already taken out a few other guys all around them. They're all kind of laid out and pretty much taken out and taken care of for the time being at that moment. But yeah, so that is pretty much the basic overall thought process behind this shot. It's basically John fucking around and trying to kind of handle the guy in front of him while his partner is trying to come in for that sneaky sidekick, but John has, the drop on him as always. We are utilizing all Mezco figures right here, the Pink Skulls Chaos Club, as well as the Mezco John Wick Chapter 2 figure. Yes, the very controversial one itself. I really do hope that Mezco releases an updated John Wick figure with better tailoring, because I've seen third-party figures with better suit tailoring than this guy, and way better mobility than this guy. But aside from that, he's still a phenomenal figure, and the first head sculpt that he does come in package with isn't the best, but this battle damage one is quite it's well done and stuff, so I'm pretty happy with it. For the overall look and setup of this place, we are using the NECA Street Scene dioramas, and yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for everything on the bottom. So why don't we go ahead and grab the camera so we can take a look at the setup from the top down, so we can take a look at the lighting and all the other little details themselves. Alright guys, so here we are taking a look at the setup from the top down, so we can take a look at the lighting. First and foremost, we do have two key lights right here at full brightness in order to capture everything in the shot. We do have our cool blue light right here, kind of turned down to basically just a 1/4% on. We do have that warm orange light in the back right there, turned to full brightness in order to contrast and add some life to the photo right there in that alleyway. We do have this guy on a Mezco stand, as you can see, in order to get that kicking form. I don't use Photoshop in my images, so I use a combination of angles and moving the figures around in order to make sure that stands and arms aren't really in the shot. So that's why you'll see this guy's very cornered in the image, because I was really trying to crop out that arm right there. But I do have 2 cans of atmosphere aerosol standing on that Mezco stand, so that it can balance out and be weighted down enough in order to hold him up in the air like that. The skulls that are all being up and everything are pretty much left over from the previous John Wick shot that I did with these skulls. I do have one extra one over here that I didn't want to utilize in this shot. But yeah, so as you can see, we have John here just kind of like trying to take out this guy right here while this guy's coming in for that sidekick. But obviously John is very much prepared for that, even still handling his buddy right there. So yeah guys, oh yeah, I do have a cube light right here in order to capture the atmosphere aerosol in the background, and one more right here in order to shine a light on John's face so that he comes out really prominent in the photograph. But yeah guys, overall another fun shoot that I did with this John Wick figure, and I still have a few more, and I've even thought about even teaming him up with Batman. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think, if I should team him up with Batman or just stick with some John Wick and Pink Skull shots? Let me know down in the comments below. But with that being said, guys, that wraps it up for this week's episode. If you happen to have any questions about toy photography, please leave them down in the comments below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. With that being said, if you made it this far to the video, type down in the comments below, Mr. Wick. Now I know you made it this far and you're enjoying the content. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the time lapse of me setting up this shot, some behind the scenes photos, the photo, and of course the final edit of the photo. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great fucking day.